My granddaughter asked me once why I never talk about the war. She's 18 now, sharp as a tack, and she said it the way young people say things, straight at you, no runway. I told her I'd think about it. That was 2 years ago. I'm still thinking. But there's one night I keep coming back to, and I figure if I'm ever going to explain anything to her, it starts there. February 1945, Central Luzon. We'd been pushing up toward a ridgeline for 3 days, and we'd lost men doing it. Good men, fast men, men who knew what they were doing, and none of that made it make sense. We held a position near a creek bed that second night. The jungle there doesn't go quiet. It just changes what it's saying. Frogs, insects, something moving in the canopy you can't name and don't want to. The heat sits on you even after dark. Your boots never dry out. You stop noticing the smell after a while, which is maybe the worst part. When you stop noticing, you know you've been there too long. I was on watch with a soldier named Raymond Chu. He was 20 years old from Sacramento, California, Chinese American. Small guy, fast, good under pressure. Didn't talk a lot unless he had something worth saying. We'd been in the same company for about 4 months by then. I trusted him completely. That's something you either understand or you don't. You don't choose trust out there. It just happens the way things happen when you've been scared together enough times. We were 2 hours into the watch, nothing moving. Raymond was sitting with his back against a tree, rifle across his knees, and he reached inside his shirt and pulled out a piece of paper, folded in quarters, soft at the edges from being carried so long. He unfolded it careful like it mattered, which it did. He looked at it for a moment, then he held it out toward me. It was a drawing, crayon on notebook paper, a house the kind a child draws, square, 4 windows, door in the middle, a dog in front of it, brown with a big head, and in the corner, little kid handwriting, a name, his sister's. She was 9 years old. Her name was Lily. He didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. I looked at it for a while, longer than you might think, given where we were, and I handed it back, and he folded it and put it back inside his shirt, against his chest, and we sat there in the dark until the watch was over. That's the whole story, and I've thought about it nearly every day for 60 years. What I haven't told you is the part that costs me something to say. Before the war, I was a young man in Georgia who didn't know much and didn't question what the people around me believed. And I had said things about Chinese people, about Japanese people, about people who didn't look like me. The way young men sometimes say things when they're just repeating what the room already believes, without ever stopping to ask if the room is right. I'm not proud of it. I'm telling you because it's true and because it matters to what happened next. Sitting next to Raymond that night, looking at that drawing, I understood something I couldn't have put into words then and can barely put into words now. He didn't show me the drawing to tell me something. He showed me because he needed someone else to see that she existed, that somewhere there was a house with a dog in front and a little girl who drew it and was waiting for her brother to come home. He trusted me with that, me, and I had been exactly the kind of person who didn't deserve that trust. I never told Raymond any of that. I wouldn't have known how, but I carried it. I carried it home, and I carried it through 30 years walking mail routes and knowing every name on every box, and I carried it when I watched my country start tearing itself apart at every seam, neighbor against neighbor, everyone convinced that the person on the other side isn't really a person, that there's something less, something dangerous, something to be afraid of before you've even looked at them. I've watched people get very loud about who the enemy is. Raymond never did that. He just showed me a dog and a house and a sister's handwriting. and trusted me to understand that some things are more important than whatever I'd been told to believe. We made it off Luzon. I don't know what became of Raymond after we separated. I hope he went back to Sacramento. I hope Lily grew up and got to hug her brother and that the dog was still there. What I know is that the best thing I ever did in my life was sit still in the dark and look at a piece of paper a man trusted me with. I didn't earn it, but I've been trying to ever since. His name was Raymond Chu, and I'm still carrying it.